Hello and welcome to the Perky Pod. My name is Ben Perkins and today I'm going to be talking about the Arc of Attrition 50, which is an ultramarathon race that I'm doing in a week and a half's time. I'm going to be talking about the highs and lows of training, what the actual race is and what I'm fundraising for. So the Arc of Attrition is a 50 mile, around 82 kilometres run along the Cornish Coast Path, starting from a place called Porthcurno, which is the Minack Theatre, and ending in a place called Porthtown. And it is along an absolutely beautiful stretch of coastline with amazing views, stunning coves, and lovely bays and stuff. And it's going to be a lot of up and down, a fair bit of elevation gain. It's around kind of 2,500 meters or so. So it's a pretty mega run, and I've never really done anything like that before. So it's going to be quite a challenge, and has been quite a challenge even just training for it. But the reason I'm doing it is I've always wanted to run that stretch of coastline. A friend of mine, Mike Gibbons, did the Arc of Attrition 100 miler a few years back, and that's very much inspired me to do the race myself. I'm doing a shorter version, but still pretty long from my books. And I'm also using it as an opportunity to fundraise for my brother's charity, Fruitful Work, which is really exciting. We're going to bring more visibility to that and help raise funds for that. And Fruitful Work is a charity that helps Christian students think about how they can use their careers more effectively to kind of help grow God's kingdom. So it's a really exciting chance that I'll be able to use this to help fundraise for the charity. There's so many great things they're doing, great events and things. So it's going to be really fun. So I signed up for it around kind of 6-8 months ago or so, over kind of springtime or so, and kind of felt I had loads of time to prepare and train from them, which was perfect at the time. But then unfortunately, actually, over the summer, I had a moped crash in Indonesia while travelling with some friends, which very much threw a spanner into the works on the training side, as I really didn't think I was actually going to be able to do the race at all, based on the fact I wasn't able to move my shoulder at all. I was in a sling, my ankle was pretty badly hurt from the crash as well. So I've kind of been slowly recovering since then, over the kind of from the summer onwards, doing lots of rehab stuff and recovery and strength training to kind of get my body back into shape, just to be able to do normal things in life. And then a few months ago, I kind of realised that actually that was all going pretty well, and seemed that there's a chance I'd actually be able to then give this run a shot again. As I kind of previously written off in my head, thought, if I can do it, great, but unlikely, just based off the fact that it's a pretty crazy long run, and my ankle was feeling pretty dodgy. My shoulder had only, was kind of starting to recover, but it wasn't, there were a lot of uncertainties and potential surgery, which was going to then push me back another kind of 6-8 months or so. But I think it's very, very blessed, in a way God's kind of been, helping me heal and giving me strength. Essentially after a lot of kind of training and stuff, I've been able to get myself in a position where I can actually now give this run a shot, which is very exciting. And I know it's going to be a massive challenge, even though I've trained a fair bit for it, and stuff, but it's super, super exciting. And I've been, kind of going through a fairly strict training plan now, kind of learning loads more about ultra running and what it means to an ultra run, what you need to do. There's so much within kind of nutrition and the kind of training plan, doing long runs and short runs back to back, and kind of doing tempo runs and lots of things, which I've learned a lot about, which has been really interesting. And is in this whole different world of running, especially when you're doing that distance. It's kind of very much not about speed, but just about endurance, and just getting through it. And as my cousin actually put it, it's just kind of a very long, painful picnic, because you just got to eat loads and loads of food throughout it and kind of keep yourself fueled. And a lot of people that fail on these ultras are failing because they've just not had the right nutrition in their bodies. And of course, also, if your body's not ready for it, you've not done the training. But those that have put the training in, that's often where people fail. So I've been learning a lot through that, and really keen to be in a position where I'm best set up, that I have done all the training for that. So it's going to be really exciting to actually be able to do it in a week and a half now, on the 24th of January, and should be a lot of fun, but also a massive challenge. And I think it's going to be pretty grim at times, I'm sure. Some starting, I think, around 10 or so in the morning. So actually half of it will end up being in the dark. So I think I'll probably spend around 10 hours or so or more probably running along the coast path. So it will kind of be very much a challenge and an endurance thing, rather than just kind of a fairly basic run. But I think I'm going to learn a lot through even just doing it myself, and learn about myself, and definitely be pushing myself. But I've got family coming down, parents coming down to support, which is such a blessing, and friends that should be along the course to help me, which would be really cool. but I actually found out a few days ago that there's actually less support than I'd expected that I could get from friends and family, because in previous years they've been able to kind of hand over stuff and give you snacks and whatnot, but it seems pretty much that you want to be almost fully self-sufficient, which is a bit of a step from what I'd anticipated and kind of planned in my head, but that I think will just add to the challenge, and make it kind of push me even more, have the fact to have to just carry everything, and won't really be able to have much other than moral support from family. But I do think that would be really important in the late stage of the race when my brain's a bit fried and my body's just completely knackered from already having run a marathon or so. So it'll be very interesting to see how my body fares up, because I've had the odd little niggle in my knee and ankle and stuff, and feet actually recently after various runs and stuff. I stupidly did a kind of bit over a half marathon the other day in London using my brother's old running shoes because I'd forgotten mine, and I think that was quite a big error because now my feet are in quite a lot of pain. So I'm very much hoping that if I leave my feet for the next week or so without doing any runs at all, they should kind of heal up and be in a place where I'm not going to be painfully walking around as I am at the moment. But yeah, there's been a lot learned, and very kind of interested actually to see how my body copes, because I've done a marathon before in London last year, when I kind of just did a London marathon because I thought it'd be fun to do it with a friend Nathan, and that was no elevation really, and this will be quite a lot. But so it'll be very interesting how that goes. But I think because it's over such a long distance, it's actually not too bad. But yeah, definitely going to be a big challenge. But I think also the fact it's in such a stunning area, it's along my favourite stretch of coastline in Cornwall. It's going to be really exciting. I've got lots of friends that have been supporting me, and also friends have been donating for Fruitful Work and for the cause, which will be kind of even more motivation to stick at it, as I don't want to kind of let people down on that. But yeah, and also if anyone is listening that has donated, massive thank you to you. Very much appreciate it. And if anyone does want to donate, I will pop a link below. And any donation, however small or big, will be appreciated. I've kind of put in the description thing that if you want to kind of sponsor me for a kilometre or something, so I'm trying to raise £820, you sponsor kind of £10 for a kilometre, or sponsor less for a couple of boulders and a little kind of cove or something. And if you want to sponsor a few bays or something, that could then be more. But no pressure at all. But I just would very much appreciate any support, and honestly prayer for my body and prayer for the run and prayer for Fruitful Work would be even more beneficial and great. So that's even more important than money, I'd say, prayers. But yeah, it's also nice to be able to use this run as an opportunity to bring visibility to Fruitful Work. It's exciting to be the first ultra of my life, and hopefully first of many we will see, depending how well or bad it goes. But feel very blessed to be in a position where I can actually run this, especially considering the crash I had in the summer and where my body was, and thinking I might still be in a sling now and be going through surgery in my shoulder and kind of lots more recovery in my ankle. So I'm feeling very, very thankful to God that I am in a position where I can do these things. And I think actually having had that crash and having had that accident, that has made me so much more grateful for the body I do have, as when suddenly everything gets stripped away from you, I think it suddenly makes you realise that the things you do have are so incredible. So I'm very grateful to God for actually using that opportunity, using that accident as an opportunity to learn and grow and really understand more about my body, but also about kind of how grateful I really am with everything I've got, which has been a big blessing. But yeah, if you would like to support along the journey or follow along, I will put my bib number and tracking stuff below, as I'm pretty sure there's kind of going to be a tracker attached to me, so anyone can just see how I'm doing in a race. And I'll try and keep my Instagram and other bits updated along the way, and things. But yeah, I very much appreciate all the support so far and prayers, and would absolutely love more of those prayers for my body and for everything to go smoothly. But yeah, that wraps up this kind of chat about the Arc of Attrition and little kind of podcasty episode, I suppose. But yeah, thanks so much for all the support and people following along my journey. Very much appreciate you all, and God bless. Bye.